did list out some potential teams he would be interested in a sign and trade option if he and the Nets don't agree on terms for him to stay in Brooklyn. One of those teams on the list was the Lakers. So Draymond Green said the following on Kyrie and LeBron in an interview with Bloomberg. With LeBron James, if you give them someone like Kyrie, they'll have a chance because of the way Kyrie can score the basketball. LeBron will only put him in a position to do that. Kyrie has not proven to be a great leader. LeBron will put an umbrella over that. If you can do what you're good at, you have LeBron leading, they could contend, but they won't beat us. Just a little bit of shade there. You obviously have to get that shade in. Freddie, I'm going to start with you on this one. Should LeBron be interested in a reunion with Kyrie?
Nah, you can leave that whole Ben Affleck, J-Lo thing alone if you're LeBron James, to be honest with you, because, and I get it, Kyrie Irving, and I'm going to say this out loud, it may not be the popular commentary, Christine and Courtney, but to me, he's not a bad guy when it comes to Kyrie Irving. I don't think there's a bad guy there, but he is very unwilling to compromise if it doesn't fit what he believes should fit. And Draymond made the point in terms of that Kyrie has shown that he has not been a great leader. I don't think he knows how to go about that because he believes his way should be the best way. And that's not to say he's wrong, but you got to do a better job of communicating that. And he was completely out of bounds when he tried to do that at Boston. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum said, take a good look at us. Who do you think you are? And Marcus Smart was right there with it. Kyrie Irving understands what an alpha dog is supposed to look like because he played with it with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He just doesn't know how to do it. So now you're asking a guy who wants to be an alpha and have LeBron James kind of simmer him down. I don't think LeBron James wants to sign up for that. He's got enough dealing with going to L.A., having still all the Kobe Bryant fans saying you're not a real Laker. So he's got to still deal with that in Los Angeles. So now you bring a Kyrie Irving, who's one of his main idols, was Kobe Bryant, who wants to believe he can be Kobe Bryant. If you're LeBron James, there's certain seductions you can sign up for. This is something you need to stay away from no matter how gifted a basketball player Kyrie Irving is.
So apparently we know that their friendship has been mended because they had that falling out after the two of them left Cleveland. So if there's anybody who could make this work, it's LeBron James for a number of different reasons. First, if I'm LeBron, I'm thinking, trading for Kyrie Irving gets me out of the mess that I created bringing Russell Westbrook here because you know that the Lakers would probably trade Russ and a future first-round pick, maybe two, back to Brooklyn in exchange for Kyrie Irving. That gets him out of your hair. He's their problem, and you can start over fresh here. If you've got Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, a healthy Anthony Davis, I feel like that's a team with a lot of work elsewhere, which kind of remains a mystery with the rest of their bench and their depth, that could contend for a title. But the only person who can make this work is LeBron James, because LeBron, at this point of his career, we don't know how many more years he's going to play. He has the power as the GOAT of this era to tell Kyrie Irving what's up. Like, I know we talked about this first hour and how I feel like Kevin Durant has every right to tell his teammate, hey, you kind of put me in a bind last year, like not necessarily like writing the journey for him, but showing him to the light. LeBron's going to pull you into the light and show you exactly what needs to be done because that's his team. You're not going there as Kyrie Irving and becoming like Kyrie Irving, king of the Los Angeles Lakers. That's LeBron James's team, and you're going to do things LeBron's way when you're out there. So if you're Kyrie Irving, you're setting yourself up for that, knowing that, going there. Because remember, there was that podcast that Kyrie Irving was on at the time that he and KD had linked up. And he said, you know, I'm so glad that I get to be with someone who I know is not going to always automatically take the last shot in a basketball game. That was a shot at LeBron James. If those two have inevitably moved past that, you still know that LeBron's taking that last shot at the end of the game. If you are Kyrie Irving, you got to be okay with that going to the Lakers. Also, I mean, he's got to take a big pay cut to go to the Lakers. Not a fan of that one if I'm him.
Yeah, $6.4 million mid-level exemption. Yeah, he may not want to give a $30 million and leave that on the table. Here's where I'll disagree with you a little bit, Courtney, in terms of LeBron can do that with Kyrie and not make him stand down. That's not the proper term. I know you weren't trying to say that. I think the only person that can make Kyrie go along is Kyrie Irving, because I firmly believe Kyrie Irving's at a point, and he's always been this way, where some people are different. He's different. And at times that can work. But at other times, when it comes to a team sport, that becomes a major issue. And Kyrie Irving is not getting any younger. And the league is getting younger and faster every year, where you look at Memphis, what they're doing. Golden State is fortifying their team in the future, that when Steph and Clay get to that point, they got Jordan Poole and other cast of characters ready to take their place. Can't forget about the Denver Nuggets. They're getting Jamal Murray back, and Nikola Jokic a back-to-back MVP. So the league continues to get younger and faster. if Kyrie Irving can't realize that, you know what, it can't just be about me. It can't just be about, okay, what's in it for me. If he has to expect LeBron James to do that, that's a bad path if I'm LeBron and the Lakers. Kyrie Irving has to do that. Kyrie Irving has to say, okay, I'm going to benefit if we all benefit. It's the old Magic Johnson scenario that I'm not worried about what was in it for me. When we win, we all win. Because if they win in Los Angeles, it's not just going to be LeBron. It's going to be LeBron and AD and Kyrie Irving. Everybody goes along with it. It can't just be about I got to be on that same line because everybody's going to benefit. So it can't be about LeBron saying to Kyrie, come on, get along to get along. Kyrie Irving, in my opinion, has to do that more than LeBron James or anybody else.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.